We've got some updates. We got a little bit of news to cover and a little bit of discussion to follow suit. So first, I'm going to start with the main, I guess, title and thumbnail of this video, which is the Valorant mobile game. I covered this a long time ago. We kind of already knew that Valorant Mobile was in development. It wasn't hidden or anything. It's not like some crazy external leak. Valorant Mobile has been in production for quite some time. But with that being said, we do got an update. It's actually around the corner. It's a lot closer than anticipated. Within the coming months, it's even speculated that we're going to get an alpha or a beta on the mobile device. Now, what does Valorant Mobile actually entail? Well, you started seeing some gameplay. I didn't clickbait you guys. There is some gameplay. Here it is. Not going to cap. I don't want to use too much. I don't know how much is copyright. I don't want to get hit. So I can't, instead of my deathmatch, I would have been just showing this Valorant Mobile gameplay. But as you can see, this thing looking kind of crazy. Not gonna lie, this is looking kind of crazy. Now again, I'm only gonna show you one round of the gameplay because this is the round that Jet actually uses her ultimate. You can see the UI is completely different. The buy menu is completely different. The scoreboard is completely different. But with that being said, it makes me wonder if a more squarish, modernized version is coming to PC, and I'll explain in just a bit, but let's stick on the mobile. You can see here a nice little clean UI to see how many jet knives you have in front of you. Everything's obviously very, very large. All the abilities are clearly on the right. Everything is also more visually obvious. Like the guns are shooting almost what looks like laser beams. I don't know if that's just to make it easier to same thing with the hit marker. Like look, that hit marker is loud as heck and super obvious. Now, I'm going to assume, while obviously this is still scuffed, it's going to be cleaned up. Even with that being said, I would go as far as to assume that they would be something like this. More obvious, more like, see someone died, it's like blue. Like everything is way brighter, and I think that makes sense, right? Because you're playing on a small device. So this does look somewhat legit. It looks legitimate to me. I don't know how much would change from when we get our hands on it, when we get to play it. Now, what does it mean for Valorant itself? Well, I don't want to overstate it. I don't think it means much. I literally just think it means that more players will get to experience Valorant, even if it's not the ideal situation, you know, being on mobile and all. I think it's just a positive. Valorant's name gets bigger, more players come to Valorant. That's that. Now, you might be wondering, why am I talking about it being soon? Well, it's really just because ValorLeak says tons of Valorant mobile files have been added to the latest PBE patch, which should roll out with 6.06. Expect Val Mobile beta in the new few months. I think it's funny they even added recoil control place in the tutorial. So yeah, that's a lot of files. That is pretty legit. 100% makes sense. Maybe around summer. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. League of Legends Mobile Wild Rift also started in July, so I think in the summer we'll get a beta. I think it's part of the course with Riot as a company. I think by summer we'll get a beta. That's my prediction. Now, the reason I said the UI is because Valorant Leak says changes may be coming to the combat report called combat report, and then in the future changes may be coming to the in-game weapon purchase menu called weapon prototype shop. Now, these could be directly just for the mobile files, but that would be a little bit weird since they came on the PBE for PC. So I also do wonder if they're going to do something coherent. Maybe they're going to kind of clean up how mobile's interface and UI looks and then push it through to PC as well, which in my opinion would make a lot of sense. Some sort of cohesiveness, some coherent, you know, have them work together. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like Valorant's interface is still pretty scuffed. Now, it should stay simple, don't get me wrong, but it's far from perfect. You know, till today, Phantom displays oddly shaped compared to a Vandal in the UI. There's still bugs. When we're loading into a map, the background has just been the static like Breeze one that's changed a long time ago. It's a little funny how scuffed it is coming from a billion-dollar company, but yeah, Valorant can use some touch-ups. Okay, let's not lie. A lot of you don't even remember that this new menu isn't even that old. You know, the menu we currently have with all the nice little icons, the reorganization, didn't even come out that long ago. Valorant's like still kind of like slowly changing the UI, and I wouldn't be surprised if they further modernize it in the coming months. Furthermore, we are getting a bind reworker update, but that one's not new, so I'm not going to linger here. It's going to be similar to what we got with Split, just some minor changes. I liked bind the way it was, but it is what it is. Everyone's got their own opinion on that one. But the news doesn't end there. We're getting a new map in the works. A lot of new files were added into the game with this patch. The changeless number was changed with this build. Good news, I can also confirm that at least one new agent is in development. And then Mike says, come on, let's go play on Sideways 8, which probably means that there's a map codenamed Sideways 8, which doesn't really mean much to say the least. But I know this isn't too much of a leak, nothing too hyped here, because you got to keep in retrospect that we just got a new agent, so naturally the next big update with the new battle pass will be a map. That's just how it works. That's how it runs. I'm excited for a new map. I always am excited for a new map. I hope the next patch is a new map, but there is always the chance where they leave us bare bones. They have done it where they skipped a patch where we don't get an agent or a map. If they're going to do that, the next one would be the one to do it, but fingers crossed it's a new map. On top of that, we got Killjoy balance in the code. In the future, balancing may come for Killjoy. Now, this is, I think what's going to happen to Killjoy will be an interesting one. Now, only time will tell, but a lot of people are speculating it's similar to what happened with Chamber. So kind of a mod, like, it's not a full rework, but a minor rework to the sense that core mechanics could change. For example, let me give you an example. Chamber, you know, with the operator, with his ultimate, it got slowed down to a point where the entire mechanic and the way you play Chamber is different. Okay, that one's minor change. That's a balance change. But what happened to his rendezvous? His teleport. Well, his teleport got completely changed. Instead of 2 anchor points, it is now 1 and works fundamentally different. So that's what we'd call a minor rework, and there's speculation that a minor rework is coming to Killjoy. Now, what could that be? I have no idea. I think that is super finicky, and maybe it won't happen. Maybe it'll be a purely numbers change, but if there's anything that could be changed, it would be maybe your ultimate slightly to be changed up. Like, it'd have the same fundamental point of controlling an area, of detaining people, but maybe it'd work slightly different in the way it's placed or the way it can be detonated. Maybe you can place it and then detonate it a little bit after, so you can start pushing your site with the team and then remotely detonate it. That would be really cool. You know, I kind of like that. Yeah, damn. I just kind of made that up on the spot, but I'm kind of liking that. I'm letting it cook in my head. That would be sick. Imagine you could place down the ult and then cook it after. Oh, that would be cool. Because think about it. When it comes to her traps, I don't feel they should be reworked. They're completely hidden. You pop it out. They're nice. Alarm bot works well with her kit. And her turret is quite iconic and while very, very annoying and can be oppressive. I wouldn't want to see it change too much, even though I don't like playing against Killjoy. But I do have a little bit of a fear in which the turret could be the part that gets changed as well. The main reason is how she's been so effective in pro play and how she's made such big impacts in the professional level on the world stages, and that could cause some changes there. I hope not, but the truth is only time can tell. I do want to ask you guys in the comments if there's anything you'd want to see changed in Killjoy without just saying delete it or remove that ability. What ability would you like to see changed? Let me know. Last thing is something I've already touched on, but just in case you didn't see it, the new agent codename is Cashew, and he's supposed to be some sort of smoke dancer. I have an entire video covering that already, but I did want to mention it in case you have not seen it. That is the next new agent. Smoke dancer, who knows? I'm hoping it's something unique similar to Yoru, something that can play mind games, something can maybe move around the map in a unique way. I will be honest, after Gecko's release, I instilled so much new hope into Riot. Like, after Harbor, I don't know if Harbor kind of fumbled the ball. He did try to be unique. I have an entire essay coming out about Harbor and his poor, oh man, Harbor. Oh man, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it, but a video is coming out about Harbor. I hope they do better with the new agent, but that's the news roundup for today. Hope you guys enjoyed.